score more than 9% protein on a grass bale. And this is the time of year where we're going through a lot more bedding. Watch it!
I'm thinking there's a lot of weight right there. It hasn't been in about 10 days. The other really is no indicator about how much milk that sheep has.
Good morning. I'm Lynn. That's Arnie. And welcome to another loud day at Utopia Farms. And to be all inclusive, bonjour tout le monde. Je m'appelle Lynn, ça c'est Arnie, et bienvenue à Utopia Farms. So the feed we're feeding to these ewe lambs is first cut wrapped hay. That's Thelma looking at Arnie in the background. So this is a really, really good bale, probably top quality first cut grass hay. And what would you say about that?
Well, grass hay can only test so far without clover. And this is probably, I'm going to guess, I mean, I'm not an expert, this is probably about 9% maybe on grass hay.
And that's about the max you'll get out of grass hay because it's the legumes that are giving you all the extra protein, grasses.
As soon as you get that, you see the alfalfa in that right there? It's going to increase it by 1 or 2%. So now you're going to about probably 11 or 12. But you can only go so far with grass, and then that's all as far as you can go. But that's about the best as you can ever get it right there. It's soft, and you can see the sheep just tell you how it is.
Well, we cut it before it got coarse, too.
This was cut in the end of May.
Right.
Last couple of days in May.
And that's why it had to be wrapped. That's why it had to be wrapped, because you can't dry bale in Canada hay that early. So that hay actually had a very little bit of alfalfa in it as well, but it's mainly a grass bale. So if it was pure grass, he figures you can't really score more than 9% protein on a grass bale, a really good one. This is a really good one. And the alfalfa will bump it up a little bit more. And if your sheep are in great condition, that's probably all they need. If you want to get them to 16% or whatever, you can add a little bit of grain to that, to your mixture. So for the pregnant girls, the ones that are due imminently in the main barn, it's a straw day today. We want them kept as clean as possible when they're close to lambing. These girls will be next. But for now, hi Angel. We're gonna focus on doing the Dorsets. And the good thing about setting up a YouTube channel is always somebody has to run a camera. So that means I get that job. Hi Angel. Yes, you're gonna have a baby really soon. You are. You've always had the best of babies too. She's always had good babies, haven't you? You're a champion lamb producer. Yes, you are. Anything with a Texel in it is a good cross. I know some people talk about them being terminal and not keeping their lambs, but those F1s make fantastic mothers and produce way above average lambs. Hi Angel. This is the time of year where we're going through a lot more bedding. In our case, as you know, that can be straw or it can be old first cut hay. It's a great way to get rid of old hay that really has no nutritional value left, but you don't like to throw it away or waste it, and it makes fantastic bedding. So this actually is a hay bale we're putting in here. In the summer we use hardly any bedding because the air is drier and the sheep are outside more. But in the winter time the air has a lot of moisture in it, and with them breathing and condensation forming, the bedding pack gets wetter much quicker. And because they're lambing, we don't want any types of abortion diseases forming. We don't want any bacteria going on their udders or anything. We want a worry-free, healthy lambing time. So part of things going smoothly during lambing is making sure your ewes are in top condition and extremely clean. This side's done, so he's going to just roll the second half of the bale over to Hamish's group now. Here we are with the white girls. Hi. How you guys all feeling? You looking in good condition? Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed? Nice square muzzle on ya? Good color? You're very pretty. Unlike the other one in the Dorset barn, this one's a straw bale. So the straw bales are a lot more chopped up, so they create a lot more dust, and they're almost impossible to roll out because they're too fine. They break up into little pieces. So usually Arnie just picks them up in piles and kind of shakes it around. back there, they want to come see what's happening in the barn, but it's raining out there, and most of them don't want to brave it. Quincy did. Oh, and here comes Ferdinand. Dustier in here right now, as you can see, but that'll settle down shortly. These guys at least have it all nice and clean again. This one also is a straw bale. And you see they kind of dump right out. And they all have to go stand on it. Is that like a mountain of straw? You'd love that, wouldn't you? Okay, we're gonna put some bedding in with these boys. They're outside, but under their lean-to is getting mucky as well. Hi boys. Hi Ferdy. Yeah, most people's sheep run away when you're working in the barn with them. Ours do the exact opposite. They come up to you to see what's going on. Got some nice rams here. When you can just sit back and watch them, you can appreciate them more. When you're in with them working, you kind of don't notice them as much. Watch it! Watch it! And that I think was Calvin again. And you see, even though they're outdoors in a lean-to, we've designed their pen so that they're in a south-facing area. So if there is sun, it's going to be warmer for them here. And you can see Arnie's disappeared right in here. If it's really bad weather and they really need to get out of wind blowing in or rain blowing in or snow blowing in, there's a big area back there where they can all go lay down if they want. So they are outdoors, but they have lots of shelter. Those lightning balls up on the roof are easily 100 years old now.
What do you think? Hey boys, what do you think? Want something to eat? Hey, want something to eat? I'm thinking there's a lot of weight right there. I figure every one of these rams weigh about, well, I'm thinking every one of these rams weigh about 180, 90 pounds a piece. Maybe I'm wrong with that. But yeah, there's a lot of weight there. I'll find some homes for you guys. So they're looking pretty good. Lynn wants to go to the Classic next year in Quebec, Canada, and she wants a show for the first time. I don't know if I really want to do it, but Lynn says she likes to do it. I don't think her Suffolks will do really well because we're competing against the big ones, but I think her Dorsets probably could do quite well. The Dorsets have improved a lot since we got them. But yeah, Lynn wants to go to the Classic. For us to go to the Classic, it's a lot of work. Like really a lot of work. We're busy here, and I'm really not sure how good the spring will go. If we actually get, well, we're gonna get to the Classic. I know that for sure. If we're gonna bring some sheep, we'll have to find out. But Lynn's been running that past me, so we're going to see. That's debatable, so we'll just we'll see what happens. I guess the way I'm looking at it is, if Lynn wants to go to Classic and she's happy, then I guess it's going to be a happy farm. Anyways, I'm going to feed these guys right now because they're looking a little hungry, and get on with my chores. Yeah. The problem will be if we decide to go to the Classic, and if we decide to take some sheep to the Classic, we will have to part with 4 of these ewe lambs. So the question would be is, do I pick out 4 ewe lambs that are just good average lambs? Or do I pick out 4 ewe lambs that are going to do this the very best for me and to show the best appearance of our flock? So really not in love with giving 4 of my best lambs away because we're building sheep, but it's something like playing euchre. I don't know if you know the game euchre, but when you play euchre and you have the right and the left bower, you throw them out right away because you want to show who's in control of that hand. So that would be the question if we would see a couple of nice Dorsets right there, see? And yeah, we would have to part with 4 of these, which I'm thinking we could probably part with 4 ewe lambs and wouldn't even know it. Yeah, would you go out with your very best 4, or would you go out with your real good second best sheep? Maybe some people can tell Lynn that, what she should do with that. I'm thinking, yeah, if you're going to go to a show, you probably want to win. I think that's the whole point of the show. So you're going to pick out 4 Cracker Jack ewe lambs. And yeah, somebody's going to end up with them, I guess. So that will be the decision if we go, how we're going to place that. Because I think some people don't throw the best lambs out. I think some people throw their seconds out, and they're more on board about getting rid of the rams. But to me, I'm thinking you want to show people what we have to offer, so you probably should show the 4 best ewe lambs. But if anybody has an opinion on that, they can let Lynn know. I'm guessing that's what people want to hear. They want to know what your opinion is and what you think about that. If we went to the show. I tell you, if I came to the house and did that right there, you hear that noise? If I did that, I'm going to tell you how much supper I'd be getting. I wouldn't be getting too much supper. You guys are a little bit greedy. Yeah, they want to get fed. Well, I guess they all had lambs in them, so you can see they're showing pretty good now. They're quite large. See that ewe along the wall there? Showing a little bit, well, you can't see it, but showing a little bit under there already. Yeah, we could have some lambs in about 10 days. So I better get these guys fed. They are a little hungry. They want to get fed. Just don't you do this, Arnie. See that girl there? I don't know if you can see it there. Quite a large udder underneath her. I tell you what, my opinion is with the others. I used to be a dairy operation, and I don't want to see a lot of udder 2 weeks before they have lambs. I want to see the udder. I want to see the udder about 4 or 5 days, 6 days before lambing. I want to see the udder really forming out. If it forms too early, you can guarantee you're going to have some other problems. And what I mean by that is too large of an udder, eh? And you know, so to me, actually, we actually call the sheep out if their udders get too large, just because it's going to be a problem in the future, and it's not fair to her to go through all that misery. So, like I say, maybe 6 or 10 days, 6 days before they have a lamb, you want to see the udder start to form. And if it's forming like 2 weeks ahead of time, it's probably going to be quite a large udder. So to me, yeah, don't worry too much about the udder. The udder really is no indicator about how much milk that sheep has. A big udder or a small udder, pretty well the same amount of milk. I don't see a lot of difference in the milk production. So don't want to see a big udder. Remember all that screaming? Honestly, I think I can hear that mouse over there. Nothing. Dead quiet. I'm thinking these sheep are extremely happy to be living on Lynn and Arnie's Utopia Farms. But see, dead quiet, eh? They got what they wanted. See, I wonder, are they hungry? Are they just screwing with my brain? I'm thinking they're running me. I'm not running them. But yeah, they're loving the hay. It's actually I think I told you earlier, it's second cut alfalfa. Yeah, the only problem with alfalfa is you have to really be careful how you cut it, because if you're a little late, this is what will happen. And I don't know if you can see this or not. If you're a little late, you could get some stems. See, not a lot of value in that. We'll just throw it out, I guess, when they're done picking through it, because they've ate all the leaves off it, and the leaves are where the protein is. So that's the valuable stuff. The stems don't hold a lot of value. They will nibble through the stems and pick out all the stems they want to eat, I guess. But that is a problem with alfalfa. It can get a little woody if you just miscut it by about maybe a week. Late, it can get a little bit woody. Still holds a lot of value, more value than grass. Yeah, alfalfa, to do alfalfa correctly, you want to be perfectly right on time. I have a tendency to go about 40 days with each cut of alfalfa. Some people tell me it should be 30 to 35 days. Is those 5 or 7 days such a big deal? Probably is. But it's still great stuff. They have no problem. They're probably going to eat 95% of this bale, and about 5% might be left over, which is really nothing. But that is a little bit the problem with alfalfa. Not a problem, but just got to deal with it.